Marblehead in 1765 was the 10th largest town in the colonies, with a population around 5,000. Dried, salted fish was what Marblehead's economy was based off of. These sales of dried salted fish was involved in the triangle trade. In the triangle trade, the first route carries fish, lumber, and other goods from New England to the West Indies. In the West Indies, they picked up sugar and molasses. Molasses was used to make rum. From the West Indies, merchants carried the rum along with guns, gunpowder, and tools to West Africa. Here, they traded these items for slaves. They carried the slaves to the West Indies where they were sold. Traders would take the profits and buy more molasses. The sales of shoes was also widely popular in Marblehead during this time period. A lot of people were shoemakers. Jeremiah Lee's large house shows his wealth and power over Marblehead. His home is colonial Georgian built by American craftsmen in 1768. Lee's house tributes to America's strong ties to England and also Marblehead's independent commercial success. The house is furnished with an amazing collection of early American furniture. Colonel Jeremiah Lee was born in Manchester, Massachusetts. His father's name was Samuel Lee, and he was a successful local merchant and justice of the peace. In 1743, Jeremiah and his father went to Marblehead because of the international trade. Jeremiah then became an ambitious businessman. In 1745, Lee married Martha Swett. Martha's father was an important merchant named Joseph Swett. Martha was also sister-in-law of Robert King Hooper. Hooper was in complete control of the fish trade for 30 years. Jeremiah Lee married into money. Jeremiah had 9 kids with Martha Swett. Unfortunately, some of his children died from smallpox. Jeremiah was America's largest ship owner and owned 21 vessels, which were mostly fishing schooners. Although most investors owned shares in ships, Jeremiah Lee seemed to have owned the vessels outright. This is during pre-revolution, and many important people, including the famous George Washington, went to Lee's house. At Lee's house, they would hold secret meetings for planning out the upcoming war. Because of Jeremiah's early death, he was the forgotten founding father. Jeremiah Lee used the fact that he was one of the wealthiest merchants to his advantage. He would smuggle gunpowder, weapons, and food for rebel militia companies in the Massachusetts colony using his trade roll. He would secretly get weapons from Spain and France. Jeremiah would also have secret meetings with John Hancock and Sam Adams. Colonel Jeremiah Lee brought supplies to the Battle of Lexington because the British were coming. He was trying to help the revolution, but while hiding, Jeremiah caught a cold and died at the young age of 54. Jeremiah Lee's mansion was a symbol of the strength of the colonies on the brink of the revolution.